Tonight, while you are sleeping, your blood pressure is making a decision that could impact your risk of heart attack or stroke. Most people have no idea this is even happening. Healthy people experience a natural drop in blood pressure during sleep that protects their heart and arteries. But millions of people never get that drop. Their pressure stays dangerously elevated all night, silently damaging their heart and brain. What you eat before sleep is one of the biggest factors controlling whether your blood pressure drops or stays elevated overnight. Most people are already making the wrong choice without even knowing it. But there is one specific fruit, backed by real clinical studies, that can help your body lower blood pressure while you sleep. And it is almost certainly not the fruit you are thinking of right now. Stay right here. Think of your body like a factory. During the day, everything runs at full speed. But at night, the factory is supposed to slow down. The maintenance crew comes in. Parts get repaired. The system gets a chance to recover. Your heart and blood vessels work exactly the same way. During healthy sleep, blood pressure naturally drops by around 10 to 20%. Doctors call this nocturnal dipping. It gives your arteries a break and lets your heart genuinely rest. But millions of people never get that drop. Research shows that people whose blood pressure stays high through the night, known as non-dippers, face significantly higher risks of heart attack, stroke, and kidney damage. Not because of what happened during the day, because of what happened while they were sleeping. And the most frightening part is that there are no symptoms. No warning signs at all. Your pressure is silently staying elevated all night, and you feel completely fine. This is exactly why what you eat before bed matters far more than most people realize. Food eaten in the last 1 to 2 hours before sleep can either help your body enter that protective drop or block it entirely. Most people managing blood pressure already know about sodium. They read labels. They avoid salty snacks. They try to eat clean in the evenings. But some choices that feel perfectly safe at night are actually working against the heart during sleep. Take alcohol as one example. A glass of wine in the evening feels relaxing. And for a short time, alcohol does relax your blood vessels. But a few hours later, while you are sleeping, your body reverses that effect. Blood vessels tighten back up. Pressure swings upward right in the middle of the hours when your heart is supposed to be resting. Then there are large evening meals eaten close to bedtime. Your body sends extra blood to the digestive system to process that food. Instead of entering recovery mode, your heart stays in work mode and the natural overnight pressure drop gets blocked. And then there are packaged snacks with labels that say natural or plant-based or heart-friendly right on the front. Turn the label around and look at the sodium content. Many of these products carry enough sodium to cancel out everything else you did right during the day. Your blood vessels do not read packaging. They only respond to what actually reaches them. And at night, the wrong food does far more damage than most people realize. Before we go further, tell me in the comments where you are watching from and how long you have been managing high blood pressure. If this is already making sense of something you have been frustrated about, subscribe to Cardivive and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. If this is helping, type 1 in the comments or 0 if it does not. Before the reveal, you need to understand one simple thing about how blood pressure works inside your body. Most people only think about sodium when it comes to blood pressure. But there is another mineral just as important and far less talked about: potassium. Think of your blood vessels as pipes under pressure. Sodium causes those pipes to hold onto extra fluid, which pushes pressure up. Potassium works like a release valve. It helps the muscles around your blood vessel walls relax. It signals the kidneys to flush out excess sodium. When that release valve is working properly, pressure drops naturally. The problem is that most people eat far too little potassium and far too much sodium. That imbalance keeps blood pressure elevated even in people who believe they are eating reasonably well. There is a second piece to understand. Certain foods trigger the release of something called nitric oxide inside the body. Nitric oxide causes blood vessel walls to widen and soften. When your vessels are more relaxed, blood flows through them with less resistance and pressure drops. Research published in journals focused on cardiovascular health consistently shows that people who increase potassium-rich foods and foods that support nitric oxide production see real reductions in blood pressure, particularly overnight. Before the number one answer, here are 3 fruits most people assume are good choices at night, but actually fall short. The first is grapes. Grapes feel light and healthy. They do contain antioxidants. But they are also high in natural sugar, and eating sugary foods close to bedtime causes an insulin response that can interfere with the hormonal processes behind the overnight blood pressure drop. For anyone managing both blood pressure and blood sugar, grapes at night can quietly make both problems worse. The second is grapefruit. And this one is critically important if you take blood pressure medication. Grapefruit contains compounds that interfere with the enzymes your body uses to process certain medications, including calcium channel blockers, which are among the most commonly prescribed blood pressure drugs. Eating grapefruit or drinking grapefruit juice while on these medications can cause unpredictable medication levels. If you take any blood pressure medication at all, please ask your doctor whether grapefruit is safe for you. The third is dried fruit. Raisins, dried apricots, and dried mango feel nutritious. But dried fruits are extremely concentrated in sugar. A small handful of raisins contains as much sugar as a full bunch of grapes. Many also carry hidden sodium from preservatives. That combination of high sugar and hidden sodium is the opposite of what your cardiovascular system needs before sleep. And if you want a clear and simple food guide that tells you exactly what to eat for your heart health, what to limit, and what to avoid entirely, we have put one together in our Etsy shop. It is easy to read, practical, and built specifically for people who want to manage their blood pressure and heart health through everyday food choices. The link is right there in the description below. Many people in this community have found it useful to have everything in one clear place rather than searching through videos one by one. So if those fruits fall short, what is the best fruit to eat before sleep to lower blood pressure? The number one fruit to eat before sleep to lower blood pressure naturally is kiwi. Not banana. Not watermelon. Not pomegranate. Kiwi. Here is why kiwi outperforms everything else specifically at night. First, kiwi is packed with potassium and vitamin C. Both of these support the relaxation of blood vessel walls and help the kidneys manage sodium balance more effectively. One medium kiwi contains more vitamin C than an orange and a solid amount of potassium that activates that release valve effect inside your vessels. Second, kiwi supports nitric oxide production. The natural compounds in kiwi help your blood vessels widen and soften, directly reducing the pressure your heart works against. This effect is particularly active in the evening hours when your body is already beginning its shift toward rest. But here's what makes kiwi truly unique compared to everything else on this list. Kiwi contains natural compounds that act as building blocks for serotonin. Serotonin is the chemical your body uses to regulate relaxation and sleep. Better and deeper sleep is itself one of the most powerful drivers of healthy nocturnal blood pressure dipping. So kiwi is working on 2 fronts at the same time. A clinical study following participants who ate 2 kiwis per day for 8 weeks found that their systolic blood pressure, the top number, dropped by an average of nearly 4 points. That is a clinically meaningful result from a piece of fruit. Research shows that a sustained reduction of just 3 to 5 points in systolic blood pressure reduces stroke risk by around 14% and heart attack risk by around 9%. From 2 kiwis eaten consistently before bed. Now here is exactly how to use this so it actually works. Timing matters. Eat the kiwi 1 to 2 hours before sleep, not immediately before bed. This window gives your body enough time to absorb the potassium and begin the serotonin conversion process before you fall asleep. Quantity matters. The clinical trial used 2 kiwis per day. 1 kiwi has benefits, but 2 is the dose that produced measurable results in research. 2 medium kiwis is the target. About the skin. Most people peel kiwi automatically. But the skin is edible and contains a higher concentration of fiber than the flesh itself. That fiber slows sugar absorption and adds to the cardiovascular benefit. You do not have to eat the skin, but it is worth considering. Avoid pairing kiwi with salty snacks. The sodium counteracts the potassium effect directly. Avoid pairing it with alcohol for the reasons already discussed. A good pairing is a small handful of unsalted walnuts or almonds. Nuts contain magnesium, which works alongside potassium to relax blood vessel walls. The combination produces a stronger effect than kiwi alone. And give it time. Track your morning blood pressure for 7 days before starting. Then begin the daily kiwi routine and check again after 7 days. Let your own numbers be the proof. If this content is helping, please take a moment to hit that thumbs up button right now. It helps this video reach someone else who is managing blood pressure and wondering why their numbers are not responding. It takes 1 second and it genuinely makes a difference. Kiwi works on its own to support lower nighttime blood pressure. But 3 simple evening habits compound its effect significantly. The first is room temperature. Sleeping in a cooler room, around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, helps your body temperature drop naturally. That drop triggers deeper sleep and supports the same nocturnal blood pressure dip we have been talking about throughout this video. The second is slow breathing before sleep. Before you close your eyes, spend 5 minutes breathing slowly. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4, then breathe out for 6 to 8 counts. This activates the part of your nervous system responsible for rest, lowering your heart rate and blood pressure within minutes. The third is meal timing. Finish your last full meal at least 3 hours before sleep. When digestion and sleep compete for your body's resources, neither one wins fully. Give your body the chance to finish one before starting the other. Small shifts. Real results over weeks. Before we wrap up, I want to come back to the Heart Health Nutrition Guide in our Etsy shop. Kiwi delivers its strongest effect when the rest of your daily eating is supporting your arteries rather than working against them. The guide covers the exact food combinations that amplify the blood pressure benefits of kiwi. The foods most people managing hypertension eat every day that are quietly raising their numbers, and what to limit if you want to see real long-term results. The link is in the description. Here is everything in one place. Your blood pressure does not pause when you sleep. What happens overnight shapes a large part of your long-term heart health. Common evening habits, including alcohol, late large meals, and hidden sodium, all block the natural overnight pressure drop your body needs. Potassium and nitric oxide are the 2 biological keys behind lowering pressure at night. Grapes, grapefruit, and dried fruits all fall short for different reasons. Kiwi is the #1 choice. 2 kiwis eaten 1 to 2 hours before sleep support blood vessel relaxation, potassium balance, nitric oxide production, and deeper sleep all at once. Clinical research backs a nearly 4-point reduction in systolic pressure over 8 weeks. Combine it with a cooler room, slow breathing, and early last meals for the strongest possible effect. High blood pressure is called the silent killer for a reason. It does not hurt. It does not warn you. It simply keeps pushing against the walls of your arteries, day after day and night after night, until something gives. But here is what matters most. Small and consistent improvements produce real protection. A sustained drop of just 3 to 5 points over time changes your risk in ways that are clinically significant. If this video gave you a clearer picture of how to use kiwi to lower your blood pressure naturally and what you can start tonight to make a real difference, please share it with someone you know who is managing high blood pressure. So many people are looking for natural approaches and have never been given clear research-backed options. Subscribe to Cardivive and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Here is one more thing before you go. Most people try to fix blood pressure by changing what they eat at night. But the morning matters just as much. There are 5 specific morning drinks that researchers have found genuinely reduce blood pressure spikes early in the day. Some of them will surprise you just as much as the kiwi did today. That video is right there on your screen.